Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, baby. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm sure you will let me know if there are any issues. I have been having some issues with my webcam recently and some videos not going right. It is an older webcam. I might have to just get a new webcam and try to see if I can fix some of these issues. So I'm waiting to see who's in the chat. Let me look on my phone. We gotta wait a little bit for more people to come on in. Okay, give me a quick little second. I'm trying to see how many people do I have in. Please get those likes up when you come in. Let me know if you can hear me well. Let me see. I always gotta check. Hey, softer side of CC. Hey, November Nicole. Oops, hold on. Get those likes up, baby. It affects the video. People will know. Okay, I got 13 people in here, which is good, Okay, so if you come in late, just watch the replay. Just watch the replay of what's going on. I don't have a whole bunch of stories, but I do want to share some of this with you. Okay, so let's jump right on in. The first thing I want to talk about, oh, yes. Okay, give me a second. Let's see. First thing I want to talk about is this. Girl, people are saying miracles do come true. Wishes do come true. Look, I'm all about hold on. I'm trying to think of the word of the vigilantes. I don't know if you remember that movie with Jodie Foster, what they did to her, and then she got vengeance. Okay, I believe again in the deep penalty. People often get it. Okay, let's get into this before I say this. Okay, Jarvis Butts is no longer on the earth. He was convicted in the murder, and I don't know why the news don't just say it. He was raping his niece. She was 13 years old. She got pregnant by him. They still haven't found her body. 13-year-old little girl, his niece, who he was raping, got her pregnant and didn't want the truth to come out. Okay? Didn't want the truth to come out and did what he did. And now he was only in jail, from what I heard, in prison for about like 2 weeks. I thought he was in there longer, but he was in jail. Jail is different from prison. He had his trial and everything. They found him guilty. He wasn't even lasting for 2 weeks. This is justice. Even though I want the government, to give the death penalty. I mean, it isn't bad when a guy who's on death row, he ain't never getting out. It's like, F it, I'm going to take off the demons that's coming up in here. I'm going to get them. But I want our government to handle it. That's what I would want. Okay. So he didn't last 2 weeks in jail. Somebody they find, look, they have the internet and stuff in jail from what I hear. So they find out what you have done. And a lot of rapists are in jail and prison, but you have some in there for different things. And they're like, no, I'm coming for the rapists. I'm going to take them out. Them child rapists and stuff, I'm taking them out and all of that. And that's what happened. I even heard that they found him with a broomstick up his butt, deceased. I don't know how true that part is, but they found him unalived in prison. Okay, so that's him. He gained some weight while he was locked up. So it says again, he was convicted of murdering a 13-year-old girl named Naziah Harris. He was found unalive after spending only 2 weeks in prison. I had heard that was his niece, from what I had heard. And why is it? I'm going to keep saying this. I'm tired of the news media only mentioning a murder. Why don't you tell when these men are graping them? They don't just take the girls and the women and just unalive them half the time. They grape them. Stop hiding that from the public. Stop just the grape counts too, not just somebody being taken off the planet. The grape counts too. Stop protecting these damn animals and tell the public the victim is no longer on earth. They're not here. Tell what they did to them. I just find like it just doesn't hit as hard. Like, oh, okay, I mean, yes, you get upset. A 13-year-old child has been murdered, but it's like, oh, well, we're not going to take it that far. We're not going to tell the public that he also raped the damn baby. Why? Why don't they ever mention that? It really pisses me off. I feel like they're covering for these mother effers. Okay. Hi, Stacy Nelson, K Beauty, Lovely Deeds, Twilla. Okay, so justice has been served, and justice has been served. It has. Let's see a little bit more.
Jarvis Butts agreed to a sentence between 35 and 60 years in prison for the second-degree murder charge in the Naziah Harris case, but one of her biggest advocates says closure will only come once she knows what truly happened to her body.
I don't think the full relief will get there until we actually have her.
Investigators found the clothes and shoes Naziah was last seen wearing during a River Rouge search near 7 Mile in Berg shortly after she went missing back in January of 2024. However, they have still yet to find her body.
I'm happy that he is finally willing to able to tell where she is. I'm also very happy that the rest of the victims that he has victimized are also getting justice.
Butts pled guilty to sex crimes against 4 other minors, all younger than 13 when they happened. To sex crimes against 4 other minors, all younger than 13 when they happened, one as young as 4 and one his own daughter. He agreed to serve 10 to 15 years for each of those charges, all at the same time he serves the sentence for what he did to Naziah.
We all want her to be found, not only myself, but as a community. We just wanted her to be found, and today we're closer to that.
And Butts' sentencing is scheduled a month away, March 12th at noon, right back here at the 3rd Circuit Courthouse, where we'll be waiting for an answer to what exactly happened to Naziah Harris's body. For now, reporting live in Detroit, I'm Jack Springate.
In the Naziah Harris murder case has ruled there is probable cause for the defendant Jarvis Butts to head to trial.
We may never know what happened, but from what I heard today and over the last 4 or 5 days, it appears he intended to perform what he thought was a do-it-yourself abortion on Naziah.
Okay, so I just found out something that I didn't know, that he was also touching and did things to a 4-year-old and 2 other little girls under the age of 13. So yes, justice has been served. Okay, he got up in there, and somebody who don't like the child rapist, they got him. Okay? And like I said, word on the street is that they found him with a broomstick up his behind, literally. So justice is served. I cannot stand these animals. And he was put down. He was put down. Okay. Stacy says many men need to hold other men accountable for their diabolical actions. Yeah. This country would look a lot different if the men in power and the government actually started putting these animals down, because it could be their daughter and their wife and their mother. Okay. So your grandmother, as long as a woman is on planet Earth, you will never be fully safe. As long as you're on Earth around men, and I'm not saying every man is dangerous, but as long as you have a vajayjay, you are a target for a number of them. Okay? So, now he's gone. I still hope that they find her body, because her family deserves justice. They deserve to be able to have some sort of closure. I wouldn't be able to rest knowing that my daughter has been raped and taken off the earth, and her body is somewhere in water, under in a forest or something. I don't know. Like when you see these stories about children, especially being raped and taken off the planet, you never get a follow up with the families. It's like there's no way that a mother and a father, but especially a mother, could ever have peace on earth. I don't even have kids, but I've loved and look, I have my little fur babies and they're my babies and I can imagine I would never be able to sleep. I would never be able to rest without getting vengeance. If someone were to do that to my child, you got to go, baby. I'm coming for you. Even if I have to lose my life behind it, I would not be able to ever get over something like that and just go on with my life. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I'm shocked you don't see more mothers out here doing them John Wick type of stuff because baby, if I had a baby and you grape my baby and take my baby off the earth, I'm coming for you repeatedly. I ain't gonna rest until I get your ass in some type of way. It's on. It's on. I'm not playing. I wouldn't be playing about it. Okay. Even if I had a husband and he's to like, baby, you gotta calm. I ain't calming down. I ain't gonna never be okay. I ain't gonna never. As long as the person is out walking, I would never get peace. You have to pay. F all that vengeance is mine, says the Lord stuff. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm coming for you, baby. Believe that. We'll fight outside in the parking lot. I'll find out where you work. I'm coming up. I'm going to have flyers saying he raped my baby. He took my baby, put the flyers out. I'm, I ain't going to let them, I would never, if I knew who it was, you ain't going to never rest. And I'm going to keep coming for you until you take me off the earth. That's how I'll get down. I'm not playing about it. So I can't imagine, like when I see these stories, you hear about it on the news and then people forget about it. And I think about their parents and people that love them. I'm like, imagine how they feel having to look in their room and never, I'm tearing up, never see their baby again that you gave birth to, who you held in your arms, knowing a man was on top of them doing that to them and took them out. No. I don't think even therapy could truly heal something like that. I'm sorry. Especially if I know you walking. Nah. No. Nope. So disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I hope they find her body. Okay, now let's go to the next topic. Let me see. Okay, we're going to go to Iran. I used to say Iran. It's Iran. Iran. Which, as we know, people think that World War III is imminent. People believe that. Um, well, they released a video that has a lot of people talking. It says that they haven't, look, they actually made like 3 videos. 2 of them were Lego videos of Donald Trump. I'm like, Legos, like this just looks like kindergarten or something, but that's what they did. People thought it was funny, but they're not playing about it. Okay, so they said that they're going to, well, come for us. A lot of us are innocent, but when you're in a war, innocent people will be taken out. It's just the truth. And Donald Trump said, yeah, some people are going to pass away if they retaliate. He didn't really have much empathy about it, but let me show you this video. I can't play the music for copyright issues, but okay, so this is what they showed. Okay, they started off with the Native Americans, okay, in America. Then you have a child, Japan, Hiroshima, you know, when our country, they're saying basically you destroy the Native American, you destroy the Japanese. Japanese people still love American people all the time. And let's keep it real. You know who they're talking about. Come on now, it's not black people. We didn't, just please, you know. And people are saying, where's black people in this? What about slavery here in America? They didn't include that, but so now, and if you look, they turned it into the goat to bow the devil that they say that the satanic people worship, they're saying that that's who our leaders are. Vengeance for all, aka they're going to do this for everybody that they're saying our country has done to others. They're talking about the white man. Even though black people, our ancestors, have fought in every war, but the leaders of our country was white men in power. So that's who they're talking about. We know that's who they're mainly talking about. I had heard that Iran did wanted to release black prisoners of war and felt like, well, y'all are oppressed, so we're not really coming for you. But we still live in America. There are black people who are very proud to be American and still join the military. And black people, you're not safe. One vengeance for all that you mess with is what they're saying. So I was confused too. I done told you. So I said, first of all, how on earth does Iran have the technology to make these AI videos? Like, where do they get this? But you do have people from foreign countries who come to our countries and go to other countries where they're educated and they learn stuff and they get access to certain things. When I saw them playing a rap music song for one of their videos, I said, what? I didn't know they had access to be able to even make some of these things. And there are Americans who are laughing at this. I've never prayed for the downfall of the country that I'm from and where I live. Yes, our country is not perfect, but you have to think about your children and your grandchildren. Do you want your children and grandchildren to grow up in a country that's fallen into a third or fourth world? Is that what you want? Or are you going to relocate to other countries that's not as advanced and has a huge anti-black mentality? Way worse than over here in some of these other countries. Is that what you want? Or you want to go to countries where just you think you're not special because you're a black person? They will oppress you too as a woman. They will force you to cover up head to toe and beat you with a pipe if your ankle pops out. That happens in some parts where you can't have smecks. There was actually, when I mentioned this, that just because Iran had supported black Americans, I wasn't celebrating it completely because they treat women, at least they were, like dog meat. No rights at all. And I played a clip on a different social media platform. None at all. And you wouldn't be treated any better or different just because you are a black person. If you are a black woman, you would get the same treatment in some of these lands. So I'm not, no. I mean, people were celebrating and saying that they were under oppression, the women weren't free, and then our country took out those leaders and they were celebrating it. They're saying they're free. Then his son took power. I think they took out his son. I'm like, I wouldn't look. If you keep having leaders who believe that women don't deserve anything, they have to cover head to toe, you can't have any freedom. I mean, I don't know. But there was some women who got upset with me. And they said, we're oppressed over here too in America. I will say it again, black women especially. You don't know nothing today. Now, our ancestors, today, for centuries, your oppression here in America ain't shit compared to women in parts of the Middle East. You can go out anytime you want to, by yourself, without a chaperone. You are allowed to pick your own damn husbands here. You don't have forced arranged marriages, especially to your cousins and men who are 50 years older than you. You get to actually have smecks when you want to and who you want to with. Women in those countries cannot freely have smecks, or the men. You get to have birth control. They're trying to take that away, but you still have access to condoms and birth control in America. Now, they did go to the Roe versus Wade, but still, you cannot compare the plight. You don't have no. You don't have plight like women in parts of the Middle East. Please, please. You don't get beat with a metal rod on your ankles for your ankle showing. You don't get told you're not allowed to make eye contact with a man. You're not told you have to wear a black hijab and burqa in 100+ degree freaking weather every single day. You have way more access than they do. And I'm actually in shock at some of the women on that platform mad at me for saying I'm not supporting countries that treat women like dogs just because they said something nice about black people or they acknowledge the black people's plight. Because there were a lot of black women eating it up. Like, I love Iran. I ain't got nothing against Iran. They down with us. Go take your ass up over there. You don't know nothing about no real oppression. Take your ass to Libya and over there. They might not kidnap you because I know I ain't supposed to say this. They might not. Because I look on travel videos and a lot of black Americans have said that Africans from West Africa especially get treated completely different, which is terrible. It's disgusting. So if you were to go to Libya, you might blend in. They might not want to kidnap you. They could tell you ain't no full West African. They might have mercy on you and not kidnap you and put you in slavery. You have an American accent. You're noticeably different in American. Then again, they might still say, "If that, nah, you going into slavery." They do that. I'm not saying it's all like that. I know Gaddafi showed a lot of support to Louis Farrakhan, and he liked a lot of black women. I mean, he looked part black to me, in my damn opinion. Okay, but and he was from Africa, but still, I'm tired of women. When I've talked about certain parts of the Middle East, not all parts of the Middle East is terrible, but there's a significant amount where you're like a piece of cattle. You're like a cow. They literally, and that's in some parts of Africa too. So you cannot compare. You don't have oppression as a woman as bad as those women. Again, you can leave anytime you want to go out to the store. You don't have to have a male chaperone. You get to wear what you want to wear. You get to talk how you want to talk without going to jail or getting hit upside the head. You get to have sex with any man you want to and how many you want to. You get to have condoms. You get to have birth control. And at one time, you got to get rid of it if you felt like it. You get to listen to music. Did you know they don't even get to listen to music in Afghanistan and stuff? They can't even dance or sing. And in parts of Iran, in the divorce, the husband gets the kids, all types of stuff. You don't have forced arranged marriages, and you don't have to sleep with your first cousins. So miss me with the bullshit about you ain't going through no fucking oppression like no woman in the Middle East. I had to get that off my damn chest. Please, child. The worst we saw was Roe versus Wade. Well, some people was happy about it, but, and I'm not saying our country is perfect. We do have a lot of misogynist men who are trying to literally put us in slavery, but it ain't nowhere like what you up in the other countries, baby, at all. Some of those countries. And that's just the damn truth. Wake the hell. I told black women, y'all better wake the hell up, because I ain't celebrating countries that treat their damn women like cow and cattle. And I fear for black Americans, my people, because some of y'all get so happy when you think you have an ally just because they say something nice. They will lure your ass to their country. Oh, yeah, they down with us. And you get up over there and then put you into slavery. I'm not saying they would, but some people would. Like, yeah, look how they eating this up. All we had to say was something nice. Look, they think we the ally. Come on, bring them up over here. But I do think some people in other countries don't always like black Americans because we're more vocal. The way I hear about them putting them Ethiopian women into slavery in Saudi Arabia, do you see a black American woman taking that shit? No, we'll be cursing and fighting a good portion. And we might lose our life. But I think that other groups of color, they don't like how vocal Black Americans are. We're not that, I mean, you have some who are docile, but we're not as docile as some other groups, in my opinion. At least not today. Back in them slave time eras, this a new day. We ain't going back. Okay? That's why you have people who always want us to fight for them, other people of color, while not even liking Black American people, some of them. Some of them. Okay? And I don't have nothing against all the Middle East stuff. I do think a lot of those men are beautiful in some parts of them, but I don't want to f with the ones who oppress women like cattle and stuff. You know, I hear the UAE, Dubai area and stuff is more liberal, very safe city. A lot of people live there who are not from there, and they get along fine with each other. But Afghanistan, from what I've seen, no, no. So okay, now let's go to the next topic. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is that this woman, I had said before, I'm very happy to see more Black people suing. Y'all got to start suing. Sue, damn it, sue, damn it, sue. And that's what the hell she did. Keep playing, and we gonna keep suing and get that damn money from suing. And that's what she did. Her manager, her boss, called her an entitled igger. He called her an entitled igger, and she sued his ass and won $15.4 million. So every time something happens, okay, you record it and put it on TikTok, because I see that all the time. Now that you have your evidence, I need you to go get a lawyer and sue that damn establishment and get your damn money. Keep playing with us. Some of us, sue them. Okay? Sue. I don't care what race it is. Sue them. If they want to be racist, saying things like that to people. I don't have to take that. But sometimes you got to have proof, and that can be hard sometimes, okay? But congratulations to her. This woman, there was an airplane that recently went down. Lord have mercy. Lord, you know, when I saw that movie La Bamba about Richie Valens, and it just did something to me about these planes. And she survived. She was actually ejected 300 feet in the plane crash, and she didn't pass away. She was found still strapped in her seat, completely safe. Can you imagine what she's going through? I would be traumatized, seriously. I know people say, look at God, God got her, she survived. I would still be traumatized as I don't know what. Can you imagine how scary it is to fly and be thrown out the damn airplane 300 feet? Oh my God. I would also, I don't know if she could, maybe she should sue. I don't know if she could sue. I mean, it's considered a miracle, but Lord, 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 Lord. So she survived, and maybe they'll do an interview with her. Leave a heart in the chat if you feel nervous getting on airplanes. Leave a heart in the chat if you feel nervous getting on airplanes. That's like the Black lady who survived the building collapse of 9/11. She was the last survivor. Oh my God. Oh my God. 9/11 was the worst thing I had ever seen in my damn life. You never forget 9/11. I mean, can you imagine what they went through? How hot it was, the planes and the fire. I mean, we saw people jumping out of the window. You know, a lot of Gen Z, they don't know the trauma and the pain from seeing that. Everyone had to watch women and men jump to their damn deaths on the TV. And then the collapse. Oh my God. It was the worst thing I had ever seen in my entire effing life. And it was the first time that I saw the entire country united. I see all this disgusting racism constantly on TikTok as if it never, it's like people just forgot about 9/11. When 9/11 happened, everybody was united. Everybody was crying. Everybody was donating blood. Everybody was fighting for the country, ready to fight. Nobody gave a damn who was black or white or Asian. Now, some people did get mad at Arabic people because, they said it was Arabs who did it from, I forgot what part of the Middle East, but overall, and that was horrible too, to target them, but overall, most of America was united. Most of America was. And now today, people act like 9/11 didn't even happen. It disgusts me, honestly. Sometimes I feel like I'm living in the twilight zone. I'm like, how on earth could you forget 9/11? Like, you don't even hear about it no more. It's like the worst thing we ever saw in our country. So it's crazy to me. So I get nervous every New Year's Eve because of 9/11. Like, every time I watch the ball drop, I'm thinking, oh my God, something might happen. That's why when I see people right now saying that, oh, y'all are so paranoid about World War III. You're so paranoid about Iran. Look at people prepping and stuff. Y'all are so paranoid. You forgot about 9/11? Did you forget? Because that damn sure happened out the blue, and it was the worst thing we had ever seen and experienced. And you better hope nothing like that ever happen again, which it can. I actually went down there when they were rebuilding it, making the memorial and stuff. They still had some photos up of people and stuff. So, you know. Okay, so the next thing I want to say, this is crazy to me. There is the mystery. Baby, it's a cover-up going on. 5 scientists are missing across America. 3 of them have been unalived. And I've seen some videos, y'all. Y'all, what I'm hearing is disturbing. I wish I would have had the picture up. When you hear something like this, you already know. You already know. I actually covered the story of one of them. He was actually, one of the scientists was studying life on Mars or something like that, and asteroids and comets. Now all of a sudden there are meteorites dropping all over the country in 6 different states. And before that happened, one of the top scientists who studies these type of things was murked outside of his home, which is in an isolated place, by the way. I saw his house. I believe it was him. Please, child. Some of them were taken out with the GUN. So, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read it to you. So, 5 are missing. One lady said her husband walked out, didn't take nothing with him, and didn't come back home. 3 have been taken off the earth. All my mind is telling me is that they found something out and knew something that they had a hit put out on them. Something couldn't get out that they knew about or worked on, and they were silenced. Let's get into it. It says that a troubling pattern has emerged among the U.S. scientists in recent months. Several high-profile researchers have either disappeared or they died under mysterious circumstances. Okay? It says, retired Air Force General William Neal McCaslin was 68 years old, and a NASA materials engineer, Monica Jacinto Reza, 60 years old. They were both linked to advanced aerospace projects. They vanished while hiking in the Southwest. McCaslin previously oversaw Reza's work on a specialized metal for rocket engines. Their disappearances, along with the deaths of 3 other scientists in chemical biology, nuclear fusion, and astrophysics, has sparked concern among independent investigators and some lawmakers. Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett highlighted the unusual concentration of incidents in sensitive scientific fields, okay, noting connections to advanced something, it's I know the word propulsion, and speculative UFO research. Several scientists have disappeared or died under suspicious circumstances. We need to pay attention, he said. Interesting that some of them were studying UFOs. Okay. Other notable cases include Nanu Larinio or something, 47 years old, a fusion energy physicist shot dead in Massachusetts in December of 2025. Carl, 67 years old, an astrophysicist studying explosives. I can't say the word because it's about a bomb type thing. Gunned down in his California home in February. Jason Thomas, 45 years old, assistant director of chemical biology, okay, found unalive in Massachusetts and the lake in March of 2026. McCaslin's wife noted that there's no suspected foul play, but he left home without a phone, wearable devices, or glasses. Reza's online memorial briefly claimed she had passed away, though her body had not been found. Okay, Burchett criticized intelligence agencies for lack of transparency and called the string of events of potential national security concern. Delays in attention only let the trail grow cold, he warned, emphasizing the need for urgent scrutiny of these unusual incidents. Okay, so hold on. Let me see these comments real quick. What were they studying? Yeah, they knew too much. They're scientists with a military background. Yeah, they know things civilians never know. You know what I heard? This was on TikTok. Someone said allegedly that they were making nuclear or missiles or something with a type of metal that's different. Someone claimed that allegedly they were practicing on the moon. On the moon. And that the weapons that fell on Iran that took out the president and all that, they said they were actually being dropped from space. They're up in space messing with stuff and creating new type of weapons with a different type of metal. And they drop them from space, not from our country. That's what I heard. I'm not saying that is true. That's what they said on TikTok. That's what some of them were involved in or found out something. I don't know what's going on. One of the men, the scientist, was studying UFOs and was taken out. I always say what you think you know is more than what you can imagine and deeper. Remember that movie, The Midnight Meat Train, about the reptilians? When he thought he was following a serial smirker and he had no clue that the train was actually going underground in New York City, and anybody who was on the train was getting chopped up and being fed to the reptilians every damn night after 3 a.m. It was deeper than what he thought, and the police and the government had a small group who were all involved in the cover-ups about it. So the point is that it's something going on that you can't imagine. 5 missing, 3 dead. I'm sorry. Everybody who got sense, they know something's up. But unfortunately, y'all ain't gonna never find out about it. Believe that, you ain't gonna never find out what it is. And when you do find out, it's typically too late. It's already happened. So, baby, Mira says they never went to the moon. An astronaut came out and said it. I don't know, because I do believe that the space station is real. People say, oh, there's a firmament, we can't get out. There's no evidence we can't get out. I have yet to see it. Present evidence you can't get out. There is no evidence you can't get out of Earth. There is no evidence of that we can't. I need evidence. No one has been able to prove it. I need proof. But I hope some answers come out. I think that, look, we've seen movies where, look, one of the scientists was studying asteroids and comets. Remember the movie Knowing? It was a solar flare? And at the end, he said, oh, they already know about it. Because the guy said, oh my God, we got to call the government. The solar flare was coming in about a few hours or 24 hours. He's like, baby, the government already knows about it. They already underground. Everything you get to know and get privy to, they knew it years before they told you. They have to prepare. And when they do tell the public, it's typically too late. 24 hours and 48 hours is not enough to survive an apocalypse. You ain't surviving that in 48 hours. I'm sorry. Not unless you have a really good plane and can get on it and go. You wouldn't even know where to go. And that's just crazy. So if there is something coming, because those damn meteorites supposedly falling down, if there's something bigger, that's a trail was falling down, and there's something bigger, it's just our time to go. Are you ready to go if it's time to go? Are you ready? Because you will not know until the end is literally within a few hours. And the government will be underground, and their underground cities and bunkers and stuff. Lord have mercy. Okay. Also, there have been people saying that they're not getting their mail, or the mail is taking longer. Well, they're saying that UPS is running out of money. I can't believe hearing something like this. Like, why isn't our government giving them money? We need to get our mail. Like, are you serious? They're saying that they might completely stop delivering our mail in 2027, next year. They're saying that money is running out. I don't see something like this happening. I'm sorry. Who is going to deliver our mail if there's no USPS? Who? I hope that the government gives them some damn money. Seriously, pay them damn people and upgrade them damn trucks with some air conditioner for them. So I hope everything works out. Okay. Speaking of businesses, hold on.
America's biggest retailer is rolling out digital shelf price labels for all its stores by the end of the year. Walmart says that having digital price labels will help its store personnel do their jobs better and more effectively and ensure that prices are more uniform across different geographies. But the move is somewhat controversial, as some are worried that having the ability to quickly adapt price labels on the fly could lead to things like demand-based pricing that shifts prices for higher or lower depending on how changing dynamics happen for supply chains. Now, some lawmakers are already in the process of introducing legislation to ban the use of digital shelf labels, or DSLs. It's America's biggest retailer is rolling out.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this? Walmart has been tripping a little bit lately. Sometimes I've gone into Walmart and all the vegetables are almost rotten. I'm not kidding. They're trying to sell rotten vegetables. That's a sign of what's going on and what might more to come. Some days are good and other days is absolutely terrible. And I don't know about your Walmart, but they actually took the price tags off of the clothing. Everywhere you walk in the clothing section, you don't even know how much this shit costs. I said, why would you do something like that? They said, oh, you have to download the app. You expect me to download an app and take up memory on my phone just so I can know how much a shirt costs? Who the hell does that? But that's what they've done. They took away the prices, the price tags. I said, now that's just idiotic. Who the hell came up with that idea? Like, you have lost your damn mind. You've lost your damn mind. So now, I mean, this is very real because there was a can of something, a 4-pack can of something that I did get it, but when I was online, it was $5 and some change. And within the next day, I went to get it and they changed the price to $9. So, it's crazy. So I just wanted to let you know what they plan on doing. All right. And one last thing that I want to show you. Hold on.
Oh, and another thing, I'm not letting no transformer tell me I'm a cis woman. No, I'm a woman, sis. Yeah, let's get that straight. Oh, and another thing, I'm. Oh, and another thing, I'm not letting no transformer.
Hopefully y'all can hear me. Sometimes when I play the video, it can mess up the audio. I'm not gonna call a trans person a transformer. I know some people do, but yeah, I don't agree with being called cis. Like, I mean, if you're gonna call me cis, y'all can call me cis in your community. When you're talking to other transsexuals and stuff, if you say that cis woman, that's a language from your community to describe natural born women. But I will not be addressed as a cis woman. I will not identify as a cis woman. Um, Again, if that's something y'all want to say amongst yourselves, okay. But I don't want to be called that. I don't identify as that. I am a woman. I'm a woman, plain and simple. I am a biological, natural born woman. And I'm not going to bow down to anyone's labels to try to other me, because it's sort of like, well, you don't have power to make me change how I call myself a woman. Like, you don't get to do that to me. I'm not bowing down to another community's term of a natural born woman because I'm the woman. Trans woman is a man who has transitioned to live his life as what he feel is a woman, dressing up, look good. And I've seen some of them who look damn good. I've seen a lot who look damn good, who can pass as women. They got the work done, all types of stuff. Some of them even could fool you, to be honest with you, especially some of them Asian ones that I've seen. But at the end of the day, you're not a biological woman. And being a heterosexual biological woman needs to be respected the same way a number of them want to be respected for being trans. Um, you're coming into our community as women, some by force. At the end of the day, you don't get to bend things to make me the cis. I'm not a cis. I am a woman. I'm not adding anything to that. Okay? I am the biological woman. Okay? And that's just what it is and what it will be. And I will never identify as a cis woman. And I'm saying that nice. I'm not cursing nobody out. I'm just not a cis woman. Now, if a transsexual had a conversation like, oh, yeah, that cis woman over there, I wouldn't. I mean, they're talking to each other. That's the language of your community. It came out of your community, whatever. But I will not be responding to it, and I will not be accepting being called that. That's all. So, the rights and the honor and the protection of the biological woman species must be protected. Because if shit hit the fan, women are needed. We have to repopulate. We're the nurturers. And there's just things to being a natural born woman that cannot be replicated or duplicated. Just can't. You can try, but it's just not the same. And it is what it is with that. So, okay. So, that is pretty much it for the videos of today. I have enjoyed talking to you all. Okay, and if you have anything interesting that you want me to talk about, I'm going to start putting my email possibly back up in the description box. I used to do that. So that is it, everybody. Please take care. Please get those likes up. And I can't wait to read your comments, okay? So that is it again. You all take care. Oopsie. And I will be talking to you all later, everybody. Bye, everybody. Thank you again, Stacy. Okay. Bye, everybody. Oh, yeah, I heard about the Grape Festival. I had thought about actually doing a video about the Grape Festival in Nigeria, but there just wasn't enough information, you know. And on YouTube, they don't actually want us putting a lot of videos up that have violence in it and stuff. I did see the clip of the girl screaming on the floor and being dragged, but they took that video down. I heard about her boyfriend being raped, but I didn't see any videos or anything to prove that that had happened, so I couldn't really talk much about it. But it's disgusting. That ain't my culture, baby. I can tell you that. So absolutely horrible. All right. So you all take care. Bye, everybody.